is it possible to have a reasonable suspicion? Now, what I mean by that is that in basically a court of law where someone is supposed to be charged with guilt of a crime, they have to be proved guilty beyond reasonable doubt. And that's the thing about reasonable doubt. What does that mean? Because in today's world, we have people who doubt almost anything that contradicts their worldview. And even if you presented actual evidence that basically completely demolishes any structure of their point of view, they would still keep believing their thing. So that would probably be unreasonable. And again, coming up with a really weird excuse for justifying something would also probably be unreasonable. I mean, there's a possibility, but again, sometimes things can really get contrived on trying to get your way. It's kind of like those kids on the playground coming up with ways to win the game. But I think how we can see reasonable suspicion is kind of like a whodunit mystery where we're writing it, and we want to actually plant the seeds of evidence so that it makes sense for when the culprit is revealed, rather than just having it be like a twist for the sake of twist or coming out of nowhere. If the reader follows along with the evidence, they can maybe see it leading to a few different people, but once it's all together and viewed in the right lens, then it makes sense. So again, you kind of want to have those fake outs a bit, but you want to have it make sense in the end and not just be completely unrelated because of an unreliable narrator. And the other point is that if you aren't doing like a pure good versus evil story, you probably want to flesh out both arguments, unless you really are trying to make one seem good versus the other being evil. But by having kind of the arguments kind of be both fleshed out, you get more character depth for both of them. And you may even have a place where it's like, hey, they're both actually wrong, so now they need to come up with a third option that's even better than either of their opinions. And in the third case, it's actually related to real life, because oftentimes there are the patterns we observe and also the fruit we observe from people. And when it starts showing up, it's kind of like at a certain point you just have to delight, okay, what is best for my safety and sanity in a way when I see this pattern or this fruit in people's lives? Do I want to be around them, or do I want to be in those situations like that? Anyway, those are kind of like the questions we have to ask ourselves. But anyway, these are kind of my thoughts on this, but let me know what you think.